You wrote that managing your money is
Mhm.
powerful. And that quote kind of really stood out to me. So describe that feeling of being empowered by controlling your finances.
It's liberating, it's uplifting, it's just
Hmm.
being in control of what you have, like as far as possession wise in that
Yeah.
moment. And that to me creates unlimited opportunities for you, because if you can manage this one thing, which is a tool now, like we're
Yeah.
stewards, we're stewards of what God gave us. If you can master this, like just imagine what else he can give you, because
Hmm.
you're good with just this one particular tool.
What's up, my FY Fly folks out there? How y'all doing? I hope y'all doing all right. Welcome to the FY Fly podcast. My name is Hassan Thomas, aka the kid that did and the man that can, baby. And today, we're gonna be chopping it up with financial consultant, life coach, and the founder of Mind Over Matter Financials, Miss Tyffani, aka the Modern Financialist. How are you? How are you?
Hey, so honored to be here. Thank you so much for that introduction.
Yeah, you know how to turn you up. You know how to turn you up, right? So happy to be here with you. You know, we originally met at FinCom, but now we're on FYI Fly. And what we like to
Yeah,
do, we like to skip the fluff and get right into the good stuff. How that sound?
sounds wonderful. Let's get to it.
All right, bet. So the first thing I want to know is, were you always good with money, or was there a turning point in your life where you were like, okay, now it's time to get right?
I try to stay away from the absolutes, but no, I was not always good with money. Life taught me, basically. Life taught
Mm-hmm.
me a lot. So, because of the background that I came from, the lack of financial literacy and just knowledge in general, I had to go into
Mm-hmm.
my adult world and learn through life experiences. So, no,
Experiences.
I have not always been good with money because I learned the
Mm.
hard way. I'm like, you know what? Let me take this in and reach out
So
to my
what was that for
community.
you? What was that turning point? What was that big life
That's
experience?
Oh my gosh. Credit cards, I would say, not really knowing too much about how to pay them off and how to easily get attracted, because I was in college at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Wanting to buy a car, for example, like my credit scores, that was something that was very important. Wanting to lease an
Mm-hmm.
apartment, like those things that I needed as an adult.
Yeah.
Yes, I needed to learn, or shall I say, know about these things. And unfortunately, I didn't have it.
Mm.
So I had to educate myself. I would I would go to the internet. I would go to the internet and I would look up my
Mm-hmm. The
resources.
YouTube
And
universities.
yeah, I think YouTube was on back then. I think. I don't want to tell my age, but I think so. But yes,
uh,
I would pull up YouTube and I would self-teach myself, or go to the library
mm-hmm.
and check out some books and go about it that way, or maybe magazines if I have the
Mm-hmm.
actual money to do that. But yes, I would go and I would pull up literature in order to teach myself.
Okay, and I see that, you know, from your true experiences now that you went and got that education from a very prominent figure in the financial literacy community, Dave Ramsey. And I see that you
Yeah.
went to his Financial Peace University. So kind of give us like what's one big money philosophy of Dave Ramsey that you agree with?
Budget. Budgeting
Mm-hmm.
is huge. Telling your money where to go and seeing what you look like on paper dictates a lot within your household, just your life in
Mm-hmm.
general. And so I'm huge when it comes to that, especially with my clients. You have to be able to see what's
Yeah.
coming in and what's really going out, and then navigating
Mm-hmm.
from then.
And are you more of a, let's stick on the paper? Are you a spreadsheet? Are you a budgeting app?
I
What's it look like for
I've
you?
done I've done all, but I started pen and paper, or pencil and paper, and I've migrated
Uh,
to Excel and Google Sheets and the formulas, so I have them basically calculate for me. But yes, I would start
yeah.
off with pencil and paper.
Okay. Is that what you use now? Is still pencil and paper, or do you have like an app that you use or recommend?
No, I create my own financial system, so I have everything plugged in. So I just type in the data
Mm-hmm.
and it'll communicate and tell me what things are looking like. So I, in a sense, I use my own system.
Got you. Got you. Got you. So with that budgeting, I believe, we've gotten a negative connotation around that, especially for people in our community. When we hear budget, it's kind of like, oh, that's the B word, that's broke. That's,
Yeah.
why do you think that has occurred in our society? Because in my opinion, it's just a spending plan.
I think it's all in perspective, the emotional trauma, maybe in a sense you have connected with that word. I try to use a different word, but budget is just so well known. So
Hmm.
it's just, if you're not disciplined or if you don't want to be disciplined in that area, then yeah, it could possibly trigger you. So, I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's getting your finances in order. However you want to look at it, I mean, it's just, that's the definition of it. You have to be able to see what's
Hmm.
coming in, see what's going out, and then navigate that way. So, just emotional trauma, I would say, why people feel
Yeah.
that way, especially our culture. They don't want to be told, what to do, or some just are shameful, some don't.
Hmm.
Oh gosh, some just don't want the restriction. Some
Hmm.
just rather deal
And do
with
you
things
think that's
until
the
they
first
happen.
step to getting right? And I feel like, you've mentioned a lot about like emotional and like the mental aspect. So do you think before the first step of a budget, do you think the first step is to kind of getting your mental right on understanding why you want to budget? Like what's the purpose? Or like what's your
Absolutely.
thoughts?
Absolutely. That's why my business is named Mind Over Matter, because it first starts with your
Facts.
mind. You
That's facts.
have
That's
to
true.
you
That's
have
true.
to you have to make a sound decision, like, okay, this is something that I really need to do, and make that decision. All right, I'm going to reach out to someone who either can help me do this, or I'm going to research on my own, but you have to be able to make that mental decision. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and do this. So once you get over that
Hmm.
hump, then you can start, creating action and momentum, and, creating
Got
a
you.
plan and executing it. But yeah, you definitely have to get over that mental barrier first. And that's a constant
Mind over
battle.
matter,
That's
baby.
that's a
Mind over
daily.
matter.
Yeah, I didn't even create that. That was all God. Listen, I was working out and I'm like, Lord, you want me to do this? I need you to drop a name. I need you to
Yeah.
really work with me. And Mind Over Matter Financials came up. He's like, make sure it's with the S.
Wow.
I
God
know.
actually gave me my name as well. So I was literally having
Wow.
a meeting. This was 2020, right when I graduated college. And at that time we were working on an app, like a financial app. And I had some developers. I had my first meeting with the developers that morning. God woke me up at like five something in the morning, and I was like, FYI, FYI, FYI. I was like, FYI, fly. I promise. I woke up at like five something in the morning, and I called my mom, and she was like, "Baby, you all right? You all right? You all right?" I said, "Baba, I got it. I got it. I got it." FYI, fly. For your information, financial literacy and investing. And from
Wow.
there, we was locked in.
I'm telling you, when his hand is on it, like his hand is on it and in it. And you got that at 5 o'clock in the morning, and five starts with the letter F. So there's definitely some connection there. Absolutely.
Facts, facts. And even when I was on your website, I was reading your story in a little bit. You wrote that managing your money is
Mhm.
powerful, and that quote kind of really stood out to me. So describe that feeling of being empowered by controlling your finances.
Oh gosh. So much comes with being able to be empowered. Like, it's liberating, it's uplifting, it's just
Mm-hmm.
being in control of what you have, like as far as possession wise, in that
Yeah.
moment. And that to me creates unlimited opportunities for you, because if you can manage this one thing, which is a tool now, like we're
Yeah.
stewards of what God gave us. If you can master this, like, just imagine what else he can give you, because
Mm-hmm.
you're good with just this one particular tool. So much can like come with being able to manage this, the emotional side of it too, and then there's the
Uh-huh.
material side of it as well. But deeper than that, when you have control over such a strong tool like this, oh my gosh, like you're capable of doing just so much more. Like
Yeah.
you're not strapped down in a sense. It's like, yeah, this is money and, the world goes around because of it. But if you can conquer that, oh yeah, you can definitely conquer so much more in your life.
And I
Absolutely.
feel like whenever you don't have money, your options are truly limited. But whenever you have money, you have control of your money. You literally have the time and the options to do what you want when you want.
And security, yes, it's all in how you look at it. Like some people are like, oh yeah, more money, I can buy X, Y, and Z. But like me personally, more money would be able to create a lifestyle that I want. And like you said, that's time, being able to be home more and create my own
Yeah.
schedule and, engage more with my husband and my kids. I have more flexibility in my life. So yeah, those are very, very important things.
100%. And like speaking about like the people that you work with, the people that you help with money, in what ways besides a budget, what ways do you help people take control of their money?
Oh my gosh, there's emotional support, there's, behavioral guidance, there's high level accountability. Like I'm literally your biggest cheerleader. Like sometimes I can be excessive. It can be a curse and a blessing, but just being able to have that type of person in your corner, like sometimes some people need that because you got to think about it. We're talking about personal finances and not everybody wants to talk about that. Not everybody wants
Yeah.
to deal with it for starters. And then, here comes I giving you reminders and basically telling you what you need to do or what you should be doing with your money. Like it can be a sensitive subject and a sensitive space for individuals. So it's so much more than just, telling where you should be going or doing with your money. But the
Yeah.
huge thing for me is just being there for you while you're going through, this journey of being able to hone in and take care of your money.
Just having that somebody that kind of be like that backbone for you whenever you're
Mhm.
going through things and needing things. And that goes back to the emotional piece. Like, do you have like a rags to riches story from one of your clients that like they came and they were at the rock bottom and you took them to, where they want to be to accomplishing their goals? Do you have any you could share with us?
Um, yes and no. I don't know if I can consider her an actual client. She's actually a loved one. And even before I started the business, she's visually seeing what I was doing, not necessarily like engaging with me, like having sessions and things like that or meetings, but because she
Yeah.
saw and read what I was doing, she took the initiative to start doing it when I was doing it. And I'm just so proud to
Wow.
see where she's at right now, like saving to build a house. Like she did that, purchasing a car, paid a car off, saving thousands of dollars, and just doing the right things that I would want her to do if she was my child. So
Yeah.
that really makes me very, very proud because it's like those that aren't really verbally saying, hey, I'm listening to you, or hey, I see you. When they come around, they're like, you know what, Tiff, I may not have, expressed that, but please know you are a great reason as far as why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. So that to me is just huge. So yeah, that's my one little rag to riches story. It
No,
takes
that's
time.
amazing.
So the clients that I
Yeah.
have, I'm probably with them for maybe like an hour or 3 months. So after the fact, I try to check in as often as I can. But some of these goals are like long-term goals, saving, getting the credit
Yeah.
together and, paying off things. So until they check in with me and let me know, sometimes I really have no idea, how good they're doing. But I would hope that they will come back and share that with me. But yeah.
Got you, got you, got you. And this is FY Fly, a show about money, entrepreneurship, and investing. So, can you give us a good money habit that you have, but also a bad money habit that we can cut off? What you got? What you got?
Ooh, well, I guess it could be both. This one that I can say, I enjoy credit cards. I know Dave is so against it, Dave Ramsey, but
Yeah.
he's not us. He's not part of the culture and he's not, living our lifestyle. But I love the rewards that credit cards can get. Now, if you're disciplined, absolutely. do this, but I love to get the perks. So I use my credit cards and then I turn around and I use it as a debit card. So I immediately make a payment towards that purchase that I just made.
Because you was
So
gonna spend it
the good
anyways,
is,
right?
right. Thank you. Thank you. So I guess the bad is using the credit card. And then the good is being able to turn around and use it as a debit card. So that way you can keep up with your balances and be able to reconcile at the end of the month or end of the week if you're like me.
Yes. So I'm with you on that. I actually, this year, I've started to use my Navy Federal card for everything. So I got it in the beginning of the year, and I was having like a back treatment, and it was like $2,000. So I just got the new card, and if you spend a certain amount, they give you that big cash back reward.
Yep.
So I spent
Yep.
$2K on the card, paid it off with my debit card because I was gonna do the treatment regardless. Paid it off with my debit card, and then when I checked my Navy Fed account, $200 cash back.
Right. See, that's how you got it. You got to make it work for you. You got to strategize. So I absolutely love it, and I'm highly recommend it. So yeah, as long as you're disciplined, go for it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. So we can't have your own FY fly and not ask our famous final question. I'm going to say two
Yeah.
quotes, and I need you to let me know which one is more accurate in your opinion, all right?
Okay.
All right, all right. So the first one is more money, more problems. Shout out to Biggie. And the second one is money can't buy happiness. Which one do you agree with most?
Uh, mm, agree
Make a
with?
think, make a think.
Okay.
Yeah.
More money, more problems. I'm gonna say I'm leaning more towards that one because there's some truth behind that from personal experience. There's a lot of challenges when it comes to managing money. So if you're not capable or if you're not disciplined enough to handle such a large sum, then yeah, that's going to create more problems for you. But I mean, if you're on the good side and you're doing what you need to do, have at it.
More money,
Money,
more opportunities on that
it
end.
can't, right. It can't necessarily, bring you happiness, but it can bring you some comfort. It can definitely bring that.
Okay. Okay. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much, Tyffani, for joining the show. If you have
You're
any final
welcome.
words, any final takeaways, go ahead and also let them know where to reach you.
Yeah, just make the decision. Like think about your future self and anything that you learn along the way, tell your community. Like finances don't have to be such, a drastic thing to try to conquer. Like we over like think this thing. Let's make it simple and just tell our money where to go.
Come on, come on. And let them know where they can reach you at as well.
Yes. Mind over matter financials, Instagram, same handle, same across Facebook, and I have a website, mindovermatterfinancials.com.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And for all our listeners, I know we talked about a lot of gems today, but if you can take one or two small things that we talked about here today and implement them today, I promise you, you will see large results over time. So again, thank you so much, Tyffani. And for
Oh,
all
you're
our
welcome.
listeners, stay safe, stay invested, and stay FY fly. We'll see you next week.